Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I decided to go ahead and do a series on Dimash for several reasons, but before I tell you what the reasons are, I want to encourage all my regular subscribers out there who have said, hey Ken, no, are you going to this reaction, format, blah, blah, blah. Actually, no, I really haven't changed anything in my formatting. In fact, for those of you that like the regular songs that we do, I'm doing them just like I've always done. In fact, we've increased an extra one per week, so we've actually doubled up on those. And we're still doing the same tutorial, so nothing about my channel has changed other than I've incorporated and added these reaction videos. So the reason I want to do a series on Dimash, in fact, I'm calling it a DIMASH-A-THON. I'm going to do it in one day, and I'm going to put these all out on the same day so you guys can scrutinize them and copiously go through my comments and notes. Is because, one, the guy's just awesome. I mean, he really is technically probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest singer, especially for his age, in the world. So just phenomenal talent. Second, he deserves it, man. I want to be able to promote talent where I see it, and I want to give kudos where kudos are due. And again, he's just an amazing guy. And third, also, I want to comment on some technical aspects of his singing for my singing friends out there who I think could benefit from that along the way. So with that said, I want to do world's best, and I'm also going to do a video on one of the judges that made some comments and voted against him, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. So I'm going to do that video after this one, and we'll release it succinctly in succession in the same way. So let's get started. Dimash, world's best, here we go.
When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun.
Okay, right out the gate, I want to make a few comments on this. I've seen a lot of bashing and people making fun of his accent and his inability to sing great in English. Well, there's a couple things. Before I even answer that question, when I was young, I never needed anyone. He's got this beautiful round warm tone. It's really hard to sing with good intonation in this registration down low using all that air, being on a big stage, inner monitors, on TV, hearts pumping. There's a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of things at play here that you're not seeing behind the scene. And he's able to manage this professionally, flawlessly. So I have to make that comment. Now let's discuss the English thing. Give him some time. He's young. He's from Kazakhstan. You don't speak his language, and yes, maybe in a lot of cases, English is the world's, language of the world, so to speak. But, give him some time, man. His vowels are cool, and he's got a lot of killer placement, and technically he's killing it. So let's appreciate him for what he is, and let's move on, and then we can, hopefully I'm sure he'll want to get, to be able to sing with better English skills. So let's continue. Now even down, nobody's home, right? He has this beautiful mix voice, na 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 na, nobody's home. Killer pitch, killer intonation. He's got a great mixed voice. He's going in and out of it with a lot of sensitivity, great emotion, great passion. He's killing it, doing a killer job, man. Did I say killing it? I meant killing it. All right, so another thing about this, with this judge's comment, so you're going to hear me talk about this exact part of this later. He's breaking out into an old school bel canto or appoggio approach to singing, which is the old operatic approach. So he's taking a contemporary song and he's applying bel canto or opera to it. That's killer. It's beautiful. He's just doing a fabulous job from how he grew up learning about singing, and he's incorporating that into a contemporary song. So let's appreciate that. And he's not trying to just be a contemporary singer. He's employing these other things in his toolbox that he's learned. I'm going to back this up a little bit because he goes into some frontal mask here in a second I want to discuss. Here we go. now, personally, this is just a personal technical thing. By the way, I have a singing course out. It's called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, and I cover all of this stuff in my course. He brings the sound really far to the front of the face and uses a lot of mask. So he goes, and he's real frontal on the sound. To me personally, I think that's a little shrill, and I'd love to get him to tuck the sound back up farther into the head with a warmer ah vowel like this. Yeah! Right? I'd rather have more warmth in the sound than and goes shrill in the front of the face. Now, the frontal mask thing does something else too. It inhibits your ability to have warmth in changing ah, and vowels. It's a form of twang, and I don't even really like using that word. It's just sort of become the flavor of the month term that was coined or developed by Estelle voice method way back in the 70s. And I try not to use flavor of the month terms because I choose to use old bel canto terms because they're going to last and be around a lot longer. Going back to this, if you were to tuck that vowel up and make it a warmer sound, on the ah vowel, I have in my course, I call it all vowel sounds stem from, it's the la ah, except e and u, okay? E and u. Now, what happens is on the ah vowel, with a little bit of gesticulation in the face and whatnot, you can contour the sound of that vowel, placing it high with the ah, with a little tiny shifting, with some vocal tract shifting and a little bit of shifting in the face. So let me go through the vowels. I'll show you what I mean. If I sing ah, I'm going to go ah, e, o, and u. Right? I can go through the vowels and maintain that nice, warm, round ah vowel instead of that real frontal, nasally sort of sound. I'm not a big fan of nasality either, unless you use it for effect. But anyway, he's killing it. I want to add one more thing. Sorry. Shut up, Ken. Let's hear the singing. This is going to be a little arrogant, and I hope you guys can handle this, okay? I'm not an arrogant person in that sense, but I am comfortable in my own skin, and I know who I am, and I know what I can do, and I know what I can't do. And I have spent the last 35 years of my life, studying voice and getting better and better and better. So I finally got my voice, I thought, to a place where I felt like I could literally sing anything. I'm kid you not. I have my voice at a point where I really feel like I could sing literally almost anything, okay? Including soprano roles, including all kinds of stuff, as a baritone that has stretched his registration. Until I met Dimash. Like I said, the guy's an alien from another planet. I can sing comfortably up to a C6, and this guy just goes through the roof. Cat whistle, dogs and cats come running when he sings his whistle register. So this is one guy, man, I met my match. This is one guy I could say, man, I am not worthy, where I can't get to some of the stuff. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a dispute again with another vocal coach and other people with their opinions and whatnot of how they see his technical vocal calisthenics. And we're going to talk about that in my next session here. But let's finish this off and give Dimash credit where credit's due. Okay, here we go. I like the nuns. That's some high notes, man. Now, right? Syria. He's like way in the stratosphere. So now he is able to command not just the notes, but the intonation of the notes, and to shift the vocal tract through those notes in order to make them comfortable at each registration of his voice. So it's not just that he could sing high notes, it's that he knows how to place and create the vocal tract in a way that shapes those vowels to get through these melisma and some of the different runs and licks and whatnot that he's doing with his voice. Okay, let's continue. That's awesome. When I was younger, guitar was my first instrument. Actually, I'm maybe a better guitar player than a singer, or at least at one point in my life I was, right? And they had the two pickups on the guitars, and you guitar players, player guys out there will appreciate this. And you used to be able to turn off the volume on your back pickup of your guitar, and there's a toggle switch that goes between pickups. So you could turn it off the volume and have it cranked up and go, on your guitar, and he's actually basically doing that with his voice, which is really cool. But notice his command. When he comes back in, there's a little trick to this, and I want to tell you, my singing friends out there, what this is. He's not slamming the vowels because it shocks the chords, right? And then it has to have time to find that open throat ah vowel. So he's throwing this tiny little H into the sound each time he does it. Right? So when he does that, it's not shocking the chords. What it's doing is it's actually opening the throat, reseeding the vowel and the ah vowel to give him the ability to hit that intonation over and over again. I'm going to discuss this more when I do his version of Diva Dance, which is coming up in my DIMASH-A-THON. So I'll probably do Diva Dance right after I do the judges' comments because I think it's really a worthy song. And anyway, let's continue. Let's rock. Here we go. Killer. I mean, he's just end to end. The guy's just killing it. So from a technical aspect, Dimash is technically one of the greatest singers in the world as far as I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of singers. Now, again, there's different styles and there's no such thing as the greatest because again, it's like we're going to talk about, art is given over interpretation. But I mean, from a technical standpoint, the guy really knows what he's doing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. God bless all you, and stay tuned and stay with us for the DIMASH-A-THON. Until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get notified when I have a new cool video come out, you need to go to my channel and click on this little bell icon, and it will actually notify you every time I have a video come out. Thanks guys.